Just a reminder, because we did in fact approve last July the principles of rebuilding the seawall at Hillhead. What I'm actually asking members of the executive to approve tonight is, first of all, the funding of nearly £650,000 to rebuild the seawall. It's worth noting that will be fully funded by Fareham Borough Council from community infrastructure levy contributions. So there are no grants available from government that we can apply for, because insufficient property is at risk where the seawall will fall down and the cliffs are progress. And third, secondly, to award the contract, and thirdly, to agree that there will be a full rent refund for beach hut owners whilst the work is undertaken. So we're not actually being asked tonight to review the work itself, but a little reminder of the what's and the whys might well be helpful to everyone. There's been a continuing history of damage to the sea fences over the last 12 years with regular patching, and that's what we've actually undertaken, is just patching up to keep the thing running, so to speak. Really severe storms over 2013-14, and particularly so over 2014-15, with very, very serious undermining and wall collapse. Sufficient, in fact, that we had to close the promenade for a period of time whilst we undertook urgent works with the sole objective to be able to open that promenade so at least it could be used for the remainder of the winter. The overall situation was reviewed early in 2016, and the executive did agree that the promenade was a significant community benefit that we should aim to keep. I make that point because as a council we actually had no statutory duty to repair or provide the sea promenade, but we thought it was a community benefit that we should endeavour to repair and replace. And the strategy we agreed at that point was, first of all, to repair the groins and replenish the beach. Members will recall that the beach had dropped dramatically in terms of size over that winter, which is part of the problems of the hammering that the water took from the sea. And that we would also look to make sure we could protect that seawall through the 2016-17 winter. And then secondly, that we would design a replacement seawall. And thirdly, that we would develop and consider at some point a beach management plan. Probably worth noting that the cost for all that work was over £300,000. Now, different replacement options were considered by a member working group during 2016. There have been a series of community events and exhibitions, all indicating the preferred option. And the proposed seawall that we're looking to agree funding for tonight will, first of all, maintain and improve the promenade. The promenade itself will be wider and will give more access to the public. It will not require movement of any of the beach huts. There was a possibility that, depending on the nature of the replacement we undertook, the beach huts could have had to be moved. And I suspect a number of them wouldn't have actually survived being moved and being moved back, and they would have to be replaced. But they will not need to be moved with the proposal we have in front of us. There is proposed to have a small curved wall in front of the and up on top of the promenade, and that would help avoid most, if not all, water or shingle overtopping on the promenade in the event of very heavy waves. The proposal also straightens out the area which is known as the kink. And those people who've been down there will understand that as a part of the walk which literally did kink in before John and narrow it quite significantly. And we got permission to straighten that up. And the building that's been proposed does meet current building requirements in terms of safety considerations. And perhaps just to dwell on that for a little bit, so I think all members will have received emails from a couple of local residents in terms of questioning the need for, most particularly, a railing on top of the small seawall that we're proposing putting in front of the promenade itself. And frankly, when you read the words and look at the pictures, you probably have a lot of sympathy for the views that are being expressed. But officers have asked and re-asked again to get confirmation, and we're told absolutely by our professional advisors that the current 2015 construction design management regulations require a minimum height barrier to protect the public from falls. And Our design incorporates a small wall to prevent overflowing, but the height of the barrier needs to be, I think it's 1.1 or 1.2 metres. So the design we've got on top of the wall, which is designed particularly to prevent overflowing, has a stainless steel barrier on top of it. And if I can just read the comments in terms of those regulations. It says, under these regulations, there is a statutory requirement for designers to consider foreseeable risks and eliminate, control or reduce these over the life of the structure. And the important element here is this structure has been put in place for the last 50 years. And we have seen beach levels go up and down during that period. In fact, since we replenished the beach last autumn winter, and some intelligent pebbles were strewn there, and they've been blotted, and a number of them have disappeared completely out to sea, which shows there has been some sucking out of some of the beach, and a number of them have already moved further down. So even though that replenishment has lasted quite well this winter, there has been movement, even over this winter, which was relatively mild. And we're looking at a 50-year time then. So what we're required to do is show that we've considered all elements. And I know during our discussions, I did in fact ask the East Coast Southern Partnership, what if we didn't put the rail on top? What if we just left the wall there? And the answer I was given was, were there to be any incidents, then the council would deem was probably to be liable. So this is an unfortunate situation, but it's one we are in. And of course, that's something which the planning committee will have to look at as part of their review of the planning application. The other element which is contained in the report, just butting on to the stretch of the promenade that we're looking at dealing with, there's a private section of frontage generally referred to as Gibraltar. And here, the East Southern Coastal Partnership have worked with the frontage residents to develop and cost a scheme that would increase the height of the groins in that area in order to protect their beach and help prevent some overflowing there. I just want to emphasise this work is for private resident benefit and is not included in the costs in the contract award that we're looking at this evening. The cost estimate, just by the way, for that is about £20,000, and the residents are looking to raise the money for this work to be undertaken alongside the Fairham project. Clearly, we've actually put effort into it so far to help them with the design, and clearly if they can fund the work alongside the major work we're doing, they will receive some other benefits, particularly financial ones. So members, with that, I hope you found the summary helpful, and I'm happy to take any questions.